Okay, so as I'm recording this, it is the feast day for Saint Philip and Saint James the Lesser. Philip went to modern day Turkey and died, and I forget how. And I remember Saint James the Lesser got sawed in half, and he was called the Lesser not because he was shorter after that, but because he was the James that wasn't the brother of our Lord, unless the word brother means cousin, because reasons. Anyway, the reading for this day is from John chapter 14, which is very common, but reading it in the midst of pandemic, it kind of threw me for a loop. It's John chapter 14, beginning at verse 1. Jesus said, "Let your hearts not be troubled. Believe in God, believe also in me. In my Father's house are many rooms. If it were not so, would I have told you that I go to prepare a place for you? And if I go and prepare a place for you, I will come again and take you to myself, that where I am, you may be also." And the sinner that I am, the very first thing that I thought was like, it sounds like we have to social distance in the resurrection. Like everybody stay in their own room. And heaven got a little bit less appealing. But it's this thing that we do when we read the scriptures, is we go so desperate to them in the midst of our need, in the midst of our fear, in the midst of everything that's going on right now. And we go looking for today instead of for Jesus. And it makes them seem different. The scriptures continue. Jesus said, "I am the way and the truth and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me." See, this isn't about social distancing. This is about Jesus, who has come into this world to prepare your salvation for you through his death upon the cross and his resurrection from the dead. And this is about Jesus, who has even ascended into heaven and sits at the right hand of the Father, where even now he rules this world, even in the midst of fear and pandemic and illness and death. He does not let go from this place. But even as he has gone ahead of us to prepare a place for us in the resurrection, he cares for us each and every day down here until we would finally receive it. Because this is not about us carving out a path towards the sky. This is about the God who has come down from heaven to rescue us, died for us, rose for us, and has promised to lead us to our own resurrections, to our own mansions, to our own rooms where, I'm serious, we'll probably be able to visit each other. It's okay. But in all of it, the comfort, the certainty, the hope comes from actually looking for Christ in the scriptures and not just the right now. Because the Christ who conquered death itself is working right now. But when you actually start to look for him instead of just what's wrong because you already knew what was wrong, otherwise you wouldn't have been looking in the Bible anyway, well then all of a sudden the book becomes about hope. So keep looking for Jesus in the scriptures and the whole thing gets easier.